Running a 2000-watt water heater on a 20-amp breaker using number 12 wires presents several potential issues. Firstly, overheating and potential fire hazards are a major concern. Number 12 wires are typically rated for a maximum of 20 amps. If the water heater, which requires approximately 25 amps according to the owner's manual, is continuously drawing more current than the wire is rated for, the wires could overheat. This sustained overheating can cause the wire insulation to melt, leading to short circuits and increasing the risk of a fire. Secondly, circuit overloading is another significant issue. The 2000-watt water heater, operating at 120 volts, draws approximately 16.67 amps 2000 watts divided by 120 volts. While this is less than the 20-amp breaker rating, it leaves very little headroom for other appliances or devices on the same circuit. If other loads are added, the circuit could easily become overloaded, causing the breaker to trip frequently. This constant tripping is not only inconvenient but can also be a sign of a dangerous situation. Thirdly, reduced water heater performance can occur. A 20-amp breaker limits the amount of current available to the water heater. If the heater is designed to operate at 25 amps, restricting it to 20 amps will reduce its heating capacity. This can result in slower water heating times or an inability to maintain a consistent hot water supply, especially during periods of high demand. Fourthly, there are code violations to consider. Electrical codes and regulations, such as the National Electrical Code, generally require that the breaker rating match the ampacity of the wires in the load. Using a 20-amp breaker with number 12 wires, while the water heater is designed for 25 amps, violates these codes. Such violations can result in fines, safety hazards, and potential issues with insurance coverage. The recommendation would be to install a 25-amp breaker. To ensure safety and optimal performance, the 20-amp breaker should be replaced with a 25-amp breaker. This will provide adequate protection for the number 12 wires while allowing the water heater to operate at its designed capacity. However, it's crucial to verify that the wiring is in good condition and properly connected before making this change. Another recommendation would be to consider upsizing the wires to number 10. For added safety and peace of mind, you could upgrade the number 12 wires to number 10 wires. Number 10 wires are typically rated for 30 amps, which provides a greater margin of safety and ensures that the water heater operates safely without the risk of overheating the wires. This is especially beneficial if the water heater is used frequently or if there are other significant loads on the same circuit. It's important to consult a qualified electrician before making any changes to your electrical system. They can assess the specific situation, verify the wiring's condition, and ensure that all work is performed safely and in compliance with local electrical codes. They can also determine if the existing wiring is suitable for a 25-amp breaker or if upsizing to number 10 wires is necessary. If the existing wiring is old or damaged, it may need to be replaced regardless of the breaker size. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it's always best to leave it to the professionals to avoid potential hazards and ensure that the job is done correctly. When evaluating the situation with your water heater and breaker, remember that several factors come into play. Firstly, wire gauge ampacity is crucial. The ampacity of a wire refers to the maximum amount of electrical current, measured in amps, that a conductor can carry continuously without exceeding its temperature rating. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides tables that specify the ampacity of different wire gauges based on their insulation type and installation conditions. For example, NEC Table 310.15b6d lists the ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to 600 volts, not more than 3 conductors in a raceway or cable or earth, based on an ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. For number 12 copper wire with type TW insulation, the ampacity is typically 20 amps. For number 10 copper wire with the same insulation type, the ampacity is typically 30 amps. It's essential to consult the appropriate NEC table for the specific type of wire and installation conditions to determine its correct ampacity. Secondly, breaker sizing and protection is very important. Circuit breakers are designed to protect electrical circuits from overcurrents, which can be caused by short circuits, ground faults, or overloads. The size of the breaker, measured in amps, should be matched to the ampacity of the wire it protects. If the breaker is too large for the wire, it may not trip in time to prevent the wire from overheating and potentially causing a fire. Conversely, if the breaker is too small, it may trip unnecessarily, causing inconvenience and disrupting the operation of the electrical equipment. The NEC specifies rules for breaker sizing in Article 240.4, which states that overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers, shall be selected so that the allowable ampacity of the conductors is not exceeded. In general, the breaker should be sized at or below the ampacity of the wire, but there are some exceptions for specific types of equipment, such as motors and air conditioners. Thirdly, appliance wattage and amperage calculation is critical. Electrical appliances and equipment are typically rated in watts, which is a measure of the electrical power they consume. To determine the amperage of an appliance, you can use the following formula: amps equals watts divided by volts. For example, a 2000 watt water heater operating at 120 volts draws approximately 16.67 amps, as previously mentioned. It's important to consider the amperage of all appliances and equipment that will be connected to a circuit when determining the appropriate breaker size. The total amperage of all loads on a circuit should not exceed 80% of the breaker's rating to prevent overloading. For example, a 20 amp breaker should not be loaded with more than 16 amps of continuous load. Fourthly, NEC code compliance is key. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a set of standards and guidelines for safe electrical installations. It is developed and published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and is widely adopted by jurisdictions across the United States. Compliance with the NEC is essential to ensure the safety of people and property. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and best practices. Electrical inspectors use the NEC as a basis for evaluating electrical installations and ensuring that they meet minimum safety standards. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in fines, delays, and even the rejection of an electrical installation. Finally, professional electrician consultation is important. Electrical work can be complex and dangerous, and it's always best to consult a qualified electrician if you are unsure about any aspect of an electrical installation. Electricians have the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform electrical work safely and in compliance with the NEC. They can assess the specific situation, recommend appropriate solutions, and ensure that all work is performed correctly. Hiring a qualified electrician can save you time, money, and potential headaches in the long run. They can also help you avoid costly mistakes and ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. When selecting an electrician, it's important to check their credentials, licenses, and insurance to ensure that they are qualified to perform the work. You should also ask for references and check their online reviews to get an idea of their reputation and quality of work. By following these guidelines and consulting with a qualified electrician, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe, reliable, and in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Additionally, the information provided is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician before making any changes to your electrical system.